All right, here is another video review I've been super excited to bring you guys for a while. Make Toys MTCD-02, their cross-dimension RIOTER DESPOTRON. We've done Striker Manus, their version of Optimus. Here's a reformatted version of Megatron, and I got to play with this at TFCon during the product preview event that they had there that I got invited to. But here he is, and he's a pistol. I thought he was going to be a tank of some sort. The legs looked kind of tready in the black and white or the gray prototype, but he is a pistol, and he is a double-barreled pistol. And I kind of dig the design of it. It looks like something that would fit on Serenity, or in the Firefly universe. But yeah, he's a gun. He does have a little trigger down here. It's not your standard trigger, but it is spring-loaded, and it's got enough resistance. It does kind of feel like you're actually firing. You could be very well firing a laser gun or something by pulling on it. Right there. So yeah. Fits nice in the hand. Neat-looking little gun. Doesn't really, aside from the trigger, doesn't do a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of articulation on a laser pistol. So yeah, to transform him, we'll go ahead and we'll start this off. Go ahead and slide the this cannon off. And we'll set that off to the side. You can see he's got the Rubicon here, which will sit in his chest. The cross-dimension version of the Matrix in purple, because he stole it. In the first comic, he did not come with a comic. And I'm not sure if that was an unintentional slight or if he just doesn't come with a comic. But he comes with his instruction manual, which is pretty clear. He comes with this little collector card with an AR code for Thunder Manus, the Jinrai version they're doing. But I haven't been able to get this to work. The app updated when I opened it, so I don't know if maybe they took it out for some reason. But all my other AR cards work, but for some reason Thunder Manus was not working when I tried it earlier. He also comes with an alternate chest jewel, which we'll show that off when we get to robot mode. But you take this out like this. This assembly lifts up and out. Go ahead and open it back up like that. Just bring that off to the side. Unpeg the leg here from the gun, or from the barrel. Pegs in right here. There's a little tab that kind of clips in the middle between the leg here. And there's two little tabs up here that when going back to gun mode, you want to make sure go in there. But you pull this, there are the tabs right there on either side that lock into this little piece up here. So make sure you lock those in when you're going this down. But then this whole chest assembly comes up. You go ahead and open these up and lift his head up. But this comes forward, snaps into place here, at which point the little chest piece with the Rubicon in it folds up. And you can fold those panels closed. And there's his upper body. Now the legs, again, there's some tricky stuff on his legs here. This piece, this gray piece, has a little tab that tabs into the trigger piece here. But even the trigger piece itself, you can see there's a little tab that goes up into the crotch of the robot and over here as well. So you want to make sure when going to gun mode, you can see those tabs right there. Right here and right here on the legs. When you push those up, there's slots here in the crotch. You want to make sure that you put these close enough together that those tab into there, and then this tab on the gray piece here tabs into the slot here, and that locks this whole assembly together. So bring that down. You can extend the leg, bring the whole knee joint up into here. The trigger guard comes down onto the front of his leg. We'll bring this all the way up into the leg like that, and then rotate it. You want 180 degrees, but you'll see this piece, there's some little tabs here. The leg actually extends just a little bit on the spring right there, and you want to pull it down before you rotate it around, and that allows these little tabs to lock into place. So like that. Now the foot here, again, you want to be careful with this, because I saw like the clearance here for folding this foot out can sometimes catch on these tabs and just shear them down here. They have apparently bulked them up for the final release, which is good. I haven't had any scary issues with it, but they were semi-fragile at the TFCon panel, so do be careful. You don't want to risk cracking these panels off, but you just untab the foot from up here, Bring it down gently, and once you get it down a little bit, you can kind of fold. You've got some clearance now to open these up a little bit, and then rotate the foot around like that. So just be careful with these panels on this foot with the trigger on it as you bring that down. You can see there's a tab on the top of the foot here that tabs into this slot up in here. And go ahead and rotate his waist forward. Bring that leg forward. This leg just comes down like that. And again, extend his foot, fold his heel up. And his legs are done. Now I'll come up to the upper body here. And here we're just going to split the arms. We're going to pull these pieces out of the shoulder. Make sure those are clear. Bring this down and around. Just kind of leave that off to the side for the time being like that. Bring the arms forward. Rotate them down like this. The shoulder panel comes out and raises up on the shoulder. Like that. Like you can see it sits a little higher there on this side. And then this piece folds down and this piece folds in and kind of fills in that gap there on the back of the shoulder. Same on this side. Bring the whole arm, shoulder armor up, fold that down, fold that into the back there. And here is one of his arm weapon configurations. If you want, you can leave these on. He's got cannon hands. You can fold these up. This panel right here, this comes up, hinges here, and there's a tab right here that's going to tab into a slot on the back, and then this little curved hinge is going to sit into this slot right here. Like so. It sits like that, kind of off to the right, or kind of behind, more behind his right pec than all the way in the center. And then the arms, like I said, here's cannon arms like this. You gotta untab, pull this piece out like this, flip his fist out, rotate this up, and when going back to gun mode, you slide these on. And you can see there's a little tab here. You need to make sure it tabs into this. That's what locks this whole assembly together. But flip his fist out. Flip this out. And again, this wide tab behind his fist tabs into this slot right here, which locks the fist in place. So you make sure that's all lined up and now nothing comes loose. Same on this side. And if you want, you can give him kind of dual cannons there on his arm like that and attach this. The sliding rails are the same, so you could attach this here onto his back. And you could have him be a robot like that. You can take the standard configuration has these on the two rails back here on this black piece. Slide them off. Attach the cannon to his arm here. And then you've got more of a standard looking Megatron with the fusion cannon on his arm and the two cannons. These cannons themselves can actually attach into the front and back. Give him a super long cannon if you want. You can even take this, you can have it kind of like Armada Megatron. You can bring this up under his waist. And attach the cannon here. Have it come around. Kind of an underslugging cannon. You've got a lot of different ways to attach it and to use it, is my point. We'll go back to standard configuration here for the last little bits. Pop those out. That all in. And also inside of his cannon, the cannon itself, you can pop this front off, and he's got a purple sword that's stored in there. So you can have his cannon, you can have, come here, it has the same kind of little angled divots in the handle. So you can have hold the sword securely, armor him all up. A lot of different configurations for this guy. Also, like I said, if you want, you can come in here, if you don't like that purple gem, in the center of his chest, which I kind of prefer. It's evocative of his Decepticon logo. But you can kind of push the tabs through there. But if you don't like the purple gem there in the front, you can swap it out for a solid silver one. Probably the solid silver one probably looks better in gun mode, because then you don't have like a weird purple jewel kind of sitting there where the hammer would sit. But just in case you don't like the purple, which, like I said, I absolutely do, but there is an option. Maybe the purple is supposed to indicate that he's got the Rubicon, so if you take that out, you take the purple gem out, and now he's just a standard robot. We'll see. Oh, my camera there. But I'm going to go ahead and put the purple back on. And I'll put the Rubicon back in. Close it up. But yeah, there is RIOTER DESPOTRON. He's got a ball-jointed head with a good, actually pretty decent, solid amount of range looking up and looking down. He's got hinges at the swivels to the side of the shoulder, swivels forward and back of the shoulder. Also, if you want to go even further, these panels flip up, which give him a little bit even more range of motion in the arm if you need it to go straight out to the side. He does have a bicep swivel, hinge at the elbow. He does have wrist swivel. His fingers do open. Again, index finger is separate, and the last three fingers are all one piece. He does have a waist swivel, ratcheting hips out to the side, ratcheting hips front to back, thigh swivel, hinge knees, dual hinge knees. You can actually get his foot all the way up onto his back if you want to do that, as well as good toe articulation, some articulation here in the heel, front to back, and ankle tilt, all available, so you can get him in some really dynamic poses. Just like with Striker Manus. And speaking of Striker Manus, here are the two of them next to each other. They look great together. Like, I'm super stoked to have these two. I'm looking forward to Thunder Manus, but I can at least, I think I can live with that weight. I'll be okay. RIOTER DESPOTRON I've been super stoked for, and I've been hardly able to contain my excitement because I love Striker Manus. He's such a great, solid, fun figure, and now to finally have his counterpart here for posing on the desk and all that. It's nice to have them both together now. Because I really have, like I said, this was probably my most anticipated figure of the year. And I'm glad to finally have it. He's really cool. And I really do dig the cross-dimension figures. I wasn't sure, like I said, it was one of the biggest turnarounds for me on a toy. Because when I first saw the gray pictures of Striker Manus, I'm just like, I don't need another Optimus. I think I've told that story in my Striker Manus video. But really did not feel like we needed more Optimus and Megatrons. The same way I don't think that we necessarily need more Dinobots, that we need more Constructicons at this point. But they keep making them for some reason. However, once I saw the colored pictures of Striker Manus and then got him in hand, completely sold. They're good, solid, superposable figures that don't look like they should be able to transform when you're playing with them in robot mode. And yet they do. So, yeah, definitely worth picking up. If you already have Striker Manus and you love him, you're going to love RIOTER DESPOTRON as the counterpoint to him. Not, counterpoint as like his rival, not as he's completely different from Striker Manus. And no, he's a great, solid figure. Super stoked to have him here on the shelf. There it is, RIOTER DESPOTRON from Make Toys. Also, real quick, I meant to do this during the video. and I remembered, thankfully. Just to give you an idea of how big these guys are, there is a Classics Prime mold. Just to give you an idea of how big Striker and RIOTER are compared to a standard Voyager. They're not quite ultra. They don't feel like ultras because like they may have the height of some ultra class figures, but they don't quite have the bulk of an ultra class figure. But they're definitely larger than your average Voyager. There are some that have come closer to this height. And obviously something crazy like a Deluxe Lockdown, I think, is still taller than both of them. But you know what I mean. Just to give you an idea of a standard Voyager that most people are aware of how big he is, there he is with Striker and RIOTER. Still, like I said, excellent toy. Definitely worth picking these guys up.